Hello, welcome to Salt and Light Canning. I'm Jessica and this is my kitchen and I'm happy that you're here. Today I am making apple butter because it's September and I'm feeling all fall and autumn stuff, and we love apple butter. So today I am making some apple butter. I'm going to bring you along for the ride. I just have some apples. You can use any kind of apples you want. You can use a mix of apples, just apples. I'm cutting out the cores. I'm not worried about the skin because I'm going to run everything through my food mill and that will take care of the extra parts. I just don't want to cook the seeds in my apples, okay? But I have a bunch of apples and I'm using my roasting pan today. And I'm going to get them all loaded up. Apple butter takes a little while to make. So you have to cook it down to get the consistency that you want and all that slow cooked flavor into it. So just going to get these apples cut up and get my roaster on and let them cook, and eventually it will be apple butter. All right, I have all of my fresh apples sliced up and put in my roaster, but I have a lot of these apples that I canned a little while ago, and we're not eating them, so I'm gonna add them to my roaster because I know if I turn them into apple butter that we'll eat them. Also, if you have a lot of applesauce that you're not eating and you think you would do better turning it to apple butter to eat it, go ahead and do that. And also, as liquid to my apples, like you can just add water, but I have a lot of spiced cider and it is delicious, and so I'm going to add that as my liquid to my pan just to help keep our apples from burning, right? You need a little liquid. So I'm going to get the rest of these canned apples in here and probably the other jar of my spiced cider. And then I'm going to turn this to like 325 and let it just cook and cook and cook and cook until everything is really, really soft. And if you didn't want to make so much apple butter, you can just do this in your crock pot. Okay, that works really well too. You have a lot of options in your kitchen and in your canning. I have also just made apple butter on the stove. I just prefer, if I'm going to be doing a big batch of something anyway, tomatoes, apples, anything, broth, I prefer to use my roaster. It's just easier for me. This is going to be so delicious. All right, I'm going to get my lid on and get this turned up and clean up my mess. And I'll be back when I'm doing something else. Well, we're back. We've got like a lot going on. It's raining, so if you hear thunder, it's raining. Okay. My apples are all cooked and soft, and I am putting them through my food mill to get them all into applesauce so I can turn that into apple butter. And my house smells amazing. So it's just wonderful. So I'm using this pot just to to hold the apples, not to cook them anymore. When I'm done putting them through the food mill, I'm gonna put it back in the roaster because that's what works better for me. So I'm just going to get these all through the food mill, which will take care of any skins and any seeds or anything I might have missed, and turn them into applesauce consistency. I'll be back when I'm doing something else. Well, we are back. All of my apples have gone through the food mill, and now it's time to add our other ingredients. I turned my roaster back on. I have about 2 cups of molasses. Deliciousness. I also have 4 cups of apple cider vinegar. And I know somebody just made a face, but I use apple cider vinegar in my apple butter. I have about 10 cups of sugar because I have a lot of apple butter. Now I'm going to add some spices. I have cinnamon, probably going to do about 4 heaping tablespoons. We'll do 5 heaping tablespoons. Allspice, I do about half a tablespoon. About half a tablespoon. Nutmeg, 1 tablespoon. And I don't have ground cloves, so I'm going to go grind some cloves, and I will probably add about half a tablespoon. Get this all mixed in, and then I'm going to let it cook with the lid off to cook out the extra moisture until it's about the consistency that I want. So I will be back in a little while. I have it turned down to about 300. So I will be back once this is cooked down and I'm ready to can it. Well, we are back. It's actually the next day. It was very late last night when this finally cooked down enough to where I wanted it. So I just ran out of time. So I heated it back up this morning and we're gonna get it in jars. It's beautiful, thick, delicious apple butter. So I'm going to fill my jars to about half an inch of heads. I'm going to fill my jars to about half an inch of headspace. Bubble, just because it seems like to me in apple butter we end up with a lot of air pockets. Oh, so yummy. Then take a paper towel and some white vinegar. I'm going to wipe the rim of my jar really well. Make sure that I don't have anything sticky there that might interfere with the seal. Get my lid and my ring, just 2 finger tight. Doesn't that look delicious? So delicious, and it's hot. And I'll fill my next jar. Well, my canner is full and I have 11 pints of apple butter in here. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to bring it to a boil and I'm going to water bath can these for 20 minutes. I'll be back when I'm taking them out. Well, we're back. My apple butter has processed for 20 minutes. The timer went off and I turned the heat off. And I took the lid off, and we've been waiting a few minutes. Anytime you're canning, you want to let everything calm down a little bit before you take it out of the canner. This reduces your chances for siphoning. So we're going to take them out. And they're already sealing. These are going to sit here on my counter and relax and seal and have a good night. And tomorrow morning, I will come in and take all the rings off and wash the jars and then label them and put them in the pantry. So exciting. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who watch my videos. I really appreciate you. I pray for you. Please know that you are so loved. I want you to be so blessed and be a blessing to someone else. I'll see you in the next video.